So, welcome to the Millionaire Way podcast with Master Glenn Mendoza. I would like to welcome my guest tonight for doing this podcast with me and bringing to my viewers some of the most profound uh, concepts around spirituality and materiality. So, I would, briefly want to describe his journey with your due permission, Master Glenn. Master Glenn is a master pranic healer, one of the 8 master pranic healers in the world. He is the senior disciple of GrandMaster Choa Kok Sui. He is a neonatologist for over 30 years. He's a doctor, and he is also a triathlete and an author. Apart from that, in his personal life, he is a loving dad to 3 of his sons and a grandfather. So welcome Master Glenn Mendoza on the Millionaire Way podcast.
Welcome. Who was there?
So Master Glenn, how did you discover pranic healing, being a medical practitioner all your life?
Actually, my wife Marilag and I were from the Philippines, but we have settled in New York, New Jersey, for the past over 40 years. And but we've always been interested with spirituality and holistic medicine and different kinds of health and wellness thing. And we had a new house about maybe over 27 years ago. We have a new house and we wanted to buy a water filter. And there was a health expo. I said, why not? Let's go to a health expo. Then we went to a health expo and we saw this person doing healing. I told Marilag, I said, they're doing Qigong. I said, no, I said, I think they may be Filipinos. He said, I don't know, they're Chinese. I said, this is in New York City. This is in New York City, a big health expo every year. And ultimately, we spoke to them. We didn't know that, and we found out that they were Filipinos. And I was telling Marilag one time, I think they're Filipinos because they misspelled instead of pranic, they made it panic healing. And somehow there was a panic healing rather than a pranic healing. And we befriended a friend there who became, we learned to learn the workshop. Actually, it's interesting. After that, I said, if you would like, I'll organize a workshop. And no problem. I said, I organized my first workshop, which probably were about 30 people in our backyard. And so we did that. And in a couple of months, we met Master Choa. Master Choa was in New York City, and we invited him to the house. He came to the house and he had a darshan in New York City that night. And I wrote it after the darshan, there was a small dinner. And I did not realize by him inviting us for dinner, he actually invited us for our whole lifetime. At least that's what I say. So that's, wow.
So what year it was, Master Glenn?
That was around 1994.
Wow. And since then, you've been into pranic healing.
Since I was young, since we were young, even at around, I would think around age 17, I was looking back now. I was in search, but I didn't know what I was searching for. So we went to yoga, we went vegetarian, we went to different groups. When we were in Ohio, when I was in training, we were in Ohio, we joined the Gurdjieff group. And as I said, we're just wanted to look at spirituality, but never get to be convinced until we found pranic healing. And when we found pranic healing, it said, it looks like the good thing about Pranic healing was that it answered all the questions we had. It answered just the questions. It was not just follow this and do this. So it was a wonderful uh, time of our life, and I was still busy. I have a very busy medical practice, but when I tried to find time to for Master Choa when he's around, or uh, when he has to go somewhere, I tried to find time to be with him. That's it.
Beautiful. So, Master, while I was reading more about you, I came to your website and you had this quote, energy is everything. And I would like to know more about when you say energy is everything, how does energy affect our life and business? How do you see it?
When I say uh, everything is energy and energy is everything, it goes through on a physical body. In our physical body, we have energy. Also, even in a chemical level, the glucose, they provide energy to our system. We have energy elements and substances in our body, in our nervous system, in our muscles to provide energy. And on an energetic level, we have the energy body that we have. Some people, doctors and scientists, may not understand that there is an energy body. But by and large, we know that there's energy body because energy is the one that moves things.
Right.
So same thing in relationships and in business and in our work. Uh, uh, there's energy there, energy in our thoughts, energy in our feelings, and energy in our actions. So a person who's successful has energy thoughts. Remember the thoughts are actually, it's interesting that we are our thoughts are always directed to interesting things. So if a person wants to be successful, his thoughts or her thoughts are always to be successful, to be a successful husband, to be a successful wife, to be a successful professional, a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer. And those are the thoughts. And these thoughts are actually within us. And these thoughts will create a certain energy field. Master Cho calls it a radiatory field. So just the thoughts itself create a energy field.
Mhm.
And when this energy field actually becomes stronger, actually it will manifest in our life.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's beautifully said. Probably most of the times our thoughts, differentiate us from other people. The quality of our thoughts, because that is the radiatory field we are holding. So beautifully said. Yeah. It
Do it the
relates.
opposite. Do it the opposite.
Uh-huh.
Uh, our thoughts are attracted to what's interesting. And sometimes drama in our life is interesting. So people will direct their thoughts to this drama and will create this anxiety, this stressful energy within their field.
Wow.
And that's how their life is. And they will attract those kinds of energies too.
Wonderful. Yes, Master Glenn. Master Glenn, can you share any personal experience that you've had with energy, in your personal life, if you can share with our, audience? I'm
In
sure
what
there would be many.
um, you see, when I started pranic healing, I'll be honest that although I could feel the energy, I am not too sensitive, I guess because of the nature of my work,
Mhm.
not too sensitive, uh, but over time, a person gets this sensitivity in different forms. And that's the beauty of it. Pranic healing starts for those who don't know energy healing. Pranic healing is an energy healing. It's a complementary therapy. So our door to spirituality, to success, was actually pranic healing.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, when you heal somebody, um, you heal it with the love of your heart. You live it, you heal, you spend 30 minutes, some people spend an hour. You will heal it. You will heal somebody who is in pain or has having some issues. And later on, I realized this energy, this subtle energy, uh, could be sensed in a way wherein our energy body, our mind, our thoughts, or our what we call Master Choa, the founder of Pranic Healing, calls intuitive intelligence,
Right.
also energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you realize there are some, and we by and large, by nature, sense this, but we're not aware. It's like uh, a good example is that it's sunny right now, but somebody's telling me to bring an umbrella or bring my jacket. And no, it's sunny. Then it rains. Then you look back, something was telling me that it's going to rain. Or a good example is you're going to eat, uh, but somebody served you the food in a restaurant, and something is telling you, I don't think you have to eat that. But you said, I paid for it, it's expensive. You eat it and something wrong with your stomach, but you look back, there is energy telling you, but we're not aware. This subtle energy, as people get more sensitive, they could trust this energy.
Absolutely. Probably we call it sometimes the gut feeling, we call it intuition. We might give it a different name, but you know, ultimately it's something, it's a sixth sense.
Uh, I never call it intuition.
Mm-hmm.
When Showa was around, I call it sensing because to me, intuition is just so, it's just, that's our goal. Some people will have a developed one, like somebody says, let's get out. Oh, a good example for doctors, okay? A good example for the doctors. I'll give an example. I take care of premature babies. Sick, I just take care of the sick uh, babies, critically ill and premature babies. And when I take care of them, I'll tell the nurse, start the baby on oxygen. And the nurse will look at me, why? Or said, just start the baby on oxygen. Then later on, ultimately, the baby condition, clinical condition gets worse. And the nurse will ask me,
Did
that
you
was a good
know?
decision. How did you know that? I said, I don't know. You understand?
Yes.
That to me, you just don't know. There's no rhyme, no reason, no basis, but you feel like this is the right thing to do, and it's unquestionable. And we've
Right.
seen in medicine. In medicine, a surgeon will say, let's do an operation. The nurse will say, wow, why do you want to do operation? Why do you have to deliver the baby by cesarean section? Can we wait? And all. Then when they opened it, when they did this surgery, there was blood. How did you know that? We don't know.
Mm.
So there are a lot of things that we know, but when the mind and when the mind starts to work with that intuitive intelligence, they at one point in time they will trust each other because we don't know what it is. It's the same thoughts. It's the same thoughts that come to our mind.
Right. Beautiful. Master, I have this book of yours, The Better Person Mindset, and it is signed by you. I got it in India. So thank you so much for this book. and was signing that. So according to you, why mindset is important to be, a better person? And if I say better person, to be successful, to be able to do their best in their life, why is it so important to have a good mindset?
I think, sorry, I think when when I wrote the book, it was actually looking at a better person because everybody wants to become a better person. It's just an innate energy or innate uh, feeling that all of us have. I want to be a better wife. I'd like to be a better husband. I'd like to be a better child. I'd like to be a better doctor. I'd like to be a better nurse, a lawyer, a politician. I think each one, there's nobody says, I want to be the worst president that's ever been here. Nobody in their right mind will ever say that. And I realized when in writing the book, there are a lot of things wherein we have to make this mindset. And I just picked the things that have helped me along the way in pranic healing on how to become a better person. Uh, Practice, there's inner reflection, meditation, sacrifice or service, and other things that we need to understand as part of the better person tools that one can use.
Yeah, and I'm sure this is one of the best books that I have read. And in this, there is a topic about the doctrine of cycles. And I think, with the present COVID times, we are all going through a certain cycle, personally, professionally. So, what according to you can be a way of looking at, when we go on top and then we come down at times emotionally, mentally, and maybe financially? What is it that, we can be? What is it that we can, hold on to during such times?
Uh, I think, like any, like divination, astrology, feng shui, cycles are part of nature. When we ride on the wave of the cycle, it's better than being down and not moving at all. In fact, I remember the in olden times, the farmers know this. They know there's going to be a harsh winter, so they save more. So that means they knew what the cycle was. It's not that, oh, winter will be here, there's a storm, every 5 years there's an earthquake. They prepare for it and they ride on the cycle. And when you're in the bottom of the cycle, Master Choa says, by the law of impermanence, you're not going to stay there too long. So there, you just have to learn the lesson. Like in this coronavirus, we learned a lot of lessons. Whether people are on top and they're on their way down, or people are down and they're on the way up, and this or in this state where they are.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you did a beautiful, I think, 100-day meditation program during that time, which was super successful. And I thought it gave the necessary energy for people to deal with what was coming up. So, yeah, I think, that is an opportunity. Not many can ride on that wave and see that opportunity and help others, just pull them up and take them with the flow. So that's a beautiful, gesture that was done by, yourself. And I think several people benefited from it. So thank you so much for doing that.
Actually, because of that, we let me go back a little bit. When government was ready to do a lockdown, everybody was there was uncertainty, there was fear, there was the unknown. Nobody knows how much food that they have to stock up. Everybody doesn't know where, how about the work, the travel, your family. So as soon as they did a lockdown, I said, what can we do? We have to do a meditation. At least the fear, there was a lot of fear, at least allay the fears. And what I wanted to say was that because of that 100-day, we're finishing up and writing up a book. Now, the title is Rules to Follow in Times of Uncertainty.
Wow. Mhm.
And it will follow whether you have the pandemic, you have a loss of a loved one, you have a major physical problem, you have a loss of a job, or even just spiritual emptiness, any uncertain thing. So and what we've done in that 100 days was actually some rules to follow. Like if there's a problem, embrace it. That's the first, embrace. So embrace the change.
Mhm.
There is change. We don't have a choice. There is a change. Then pause. Then you have to pause. He said, okay, what's happening now? You look for your moral compass. You look for your true north. What is the guidance that I'm having here? Where am I going to do? What am I going to, what is my foundation? Then you could do your meditation, you could do your reflection, and you could do your changes within your life to move forward. It's almost finished, and we'll probably have it out in the next couple of months.
Wow. All the best to you, Master. We look forward to it. Uh, Master, when we talk about energy and then we talk about consciousness, right? So, because this podcast is mostly for, business entrepreneurs and businesses, when we talk about consciousness, for of a business or of an entrepreneur, what is it that they can benefit from, by working on their consciousness level in business and as an entrepreneur? So how can that really help them?
In a certain way, I would say I've been a successful physician, and in a certain way, a business. I incorporated a business there, but not the same entrepreneur. Although we did do some entrepreneur thing. Uh, but one of the things I've learned from Master Choa was that if you want a person who's starting an entrepreneurship, you have to think, you have to breathe, you have to live it all the time until you become successful. And probably that's where my success came. And
Mhm.
I was working literally 24 hours a day for so many years and just work hard. It was not my, honestly, truth be told, I was not there for the money. I was just there to make sure that the patients get well. And at some point in time, the money came. So to me, that was the success. Uh, it was not, of course, any person who would like to make sure that your family is safe and all that are comfortable and have the comfort of the home. We've done that, but all of a sudden I realized when you just do the things that you want to do, that you are focused on your goal and the meaning, uh, you find meaning in your work, things come along with it. The money came along, the recognition came along, the happiness came along, the joys came along, everything came along.
And you're right, because most of the time, I think we take the other approach. We go in for the money, we go in for the fame, we go in for, all the glorious stuff. But we forget that, we need a, a burning vision. We need something that makes us get out of the bed and go to work or go to serve. So once we, work in that direction, all of the other things follow. And that could be, that we could call that a conscious business, because you are doing from the sense of serving, from the sense of, giving. And it comes back to you many, many times.
I think the only thing I would like to, regarding the business aspect, um, and Master Choa said it's easy to become a millionaire now. Maybe that was the problem I have. Maybe I should have shoot for multimillionaire. Why? Because if you start to make 30,000 US dollars your work, then you work hard, you made 60,000. Then you work hard, you made 100,000. Then you made 200,000. Then you made 500,000. When is it going to end? You don't know. You are driven by the money, and the goal actually could be infinite if it's not money. The money will
Wow.
just come.
That's a golden nugget. Yeah, absolutely. So don't create boundaries by thinking about numbers. Create a vision, create a huge vision for yourself, and probably, you can just outdo those numbers. So that's beautifully said, Master Glenn. Um, Now, most of the time, spirituality and materiality are considered to be, not going together. But in pranic healing, Master Choa has emphasized on both the aspects, spirituality as well as materiality. And now more and more people are working to aspire for that goal. We are gradually realizing that they are not two different things, but they are, the sides of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. So in pranic healing, how do you, like, for the benefit of our audience, how do we balance spirituality with materiality through pranic healing?
I think uh, uh, some people who work their lives for money, they did not have any peace of mind. And those who meditate have a lot of peace of mind. And those who have money will pay to get that peace of mind. So it's so obvious, why don't you have both? And right now, in this world, uh, a lot of successful CEOs and millionaires and billionaires are actually spending time to meditate,
Mhm.
spending time to look within themselves, and spending time for themselves on top of their work. And that, in a certain, in that sense, there are some people who are tapping into what we call spirituality. Spirituality is actually, to me, spirituality is not meditating. It's what you become after you meditate, how you live your life after meditation. It's not om, om, om. Fine, you could chant as many as you want, but what happened was that spirituality is living your life in the uh, living your life in the light of the teachings.
Yeah, beautiful. Yes, Master. According to you, what is the secret of prosperity?
Uh, Actually, I had two things, but I think I'll add the third thing. I said, if I have to tell you what my secret, my was that secret sauce of my success, you'll be surprised. Actually, the secret sauce is actually luck and blessings. Of course, we cannot discount the third one, which is hard work. Some people think that their success was hard work. I'm telling you, my secret was there were blessings and luck. Just kidding.
Beautiful, Master Glenn. And to get those blessings and to be lucky, you have to create entitlement, right? So so probably there is this entitlement that works in the background of being lucky, or be or have that blessings, from your teacher, or from your spiritual guru. So do you agree, Master Glenn?
I, it is true. It is true. Uh, I think going back to that, we have to count our blessings. Um, I've been really blessed. I'm blessed that I have a good family. I'm blessed with good health. I'm blessed that we're a profession that I love, that I can serve. I am blessed by having Pranic healing. Everybody has to count their blessings. If we think of positive and good things, good and positive things will come to our life. If we are always feel miserable why this life is like, reflect on why is it? Is it our thoughts? Remember that
Yeah.
the radiatory field that we have created?
Mhm.
A person who calls himself, I'm a failure. Don't you think that radiatory field will create that negative energy? Well, if somebody says, I feel good, I'm happy, I'm filled with life, I'm filled with light, they will feel that. And people will feel it when they're around them.
Master, with the kind of family you have, you are teaching pranic healing, you are practicing, you're a medical practitioner, you love traveling, you have your grandchildren. How do you find the time to do what you do? It's like, one of the things that people find it really difficult to balance their personal life and professional life, and here you are, like, an inspiration for so many out there who want to have that kind of lifestyle, having a happy family, having a good career, being resourceful, and to be of service, to for the larger good.
You're right. Uh, I think you have to do what makes you feel happy. Do things that make you feel happy. Look, for those of you, your listeners, they want to go to the gym, and they go to the gym three, four times a week, and they you don't know why. He said they could have been working rather than, but that's what you want. In fact, they were saying if you do uh, up to 45% of the things that make you happy, you're successful. That means 45% of the time that you spend, minimum, some people could be, once you reach the 45 saturation point, you are successful. So one of them said, okay, what are the priorities that you want to do? They uh, have different ways. There's uh, I call it zone of fulfillment. If you do a lot more than 45%, if I remember, in your soul of fulfillment, that means you want to do this. You want to travel. You want to be with your family. You make time. You do this. You do that. You do your work. Uh, you will be successful. And for those, interestingly enough, when we started to even do pranic healing, we found out 75% of our time was actually doing pranic healing. Aside from our work, that is still service. That means the things that you do. So just do the things that you love doing. And okay, let me go back. Realistically, there are things that there might be some people were in, hey, I need this paycheck. I need this paycheck because I need I need to have food on the table. That is okay from the start. All successful people have to work hard in the initially. And if those who have been successful, they have to feel the energy that they have to work. It's not given to them freely. They have to earn it.
Yeah, great. Master, one of the earliest lessons that I studied with you were of the spiritual sutras, the Bhagavad Gita. So I subscribed for it, and at that time we didn't have a lot of online stuff available to study, and so so the way you explain these spiritual sutras, the Bhagavad Gita, it was very simple and easy to understand. Um, so would you like to tell more about what encouraged you to take up that course, or to create that course for people?
Oh, actually, there are a lot of people. Okay, we did the Bhagavad Gita with the idea of uh, diving into deeper spiritual truths. The second book that I have was Spiritual Truths, but the idea then for the Bhagavad Gita is to go deep into it.
Mhm.
Um, but there are thousands of books on the Bhagavad Gita. How can I learn it? And people will have different ways. I'm telling you, they even read one sloka or one verse at a time and dissect it into 10 pages. I said, I don't have the time here. I said, I figure out I will use the lessons that they have in the Gita and adapt it to our present world, because the Bhagavad Gita is an ageless wisdom.
Yes.
If it's an ageless wisdom, it should apply then and it should apply now. But if we go back to how it was then, it's not. And
Mhm.
one uh, apologies to the Indians, because what happened was that I realized when I read the Bhagavad Gita, they they directed to the 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 Indian culture, but the Gita could be for the world. And
Yeah.
that's what I did, because I didn't grow up Indian, but I looked at the teachings, and the teachings of the Gita will profit the whole world. And it is true. It has profited the whole world.
It has, definitely it has. And it had a great impact on me, because at that time, probably it was difficult for me to understand the Gita otherwise. So thank you so much for doing those sessions, because it really made me, sit and read and understand the teachings from where I was. I didn't have to go back to that era in order to relate with the teachings. I could relate them with my professional career, and everything around me. So it was beautifully done, Master Glenn. I wanted to share that.
We'll have it. Marlag and when we were in India the last time, some people says, "Oh, we have spiritual sutra." We have it. I just want it to be maybe subtitled, and maybe I want it to get better. I'm just one. I think Master Choa did say it. Maybe you're Japanese, because you always want to. There's always a continuous quality improvement. I always want to improve it, and I was not happy now of what it was. So I said that's why I wanted to put a subtitle, put pictures. I said, if I'm going to make it perfect, it's not going to happen. So I'll probably get it out as soon as possible. Thank you. That's.
Yes, Master, that is what I wanted to say. You should get it out, because after it's been a long time. After that, I've not seen, you talking about it. It's not there on your website also. But I think it will be very, very useful for all the people who would want to understand. And I think, we are more ready for these teachings now.
The world has been ready, but I guess when I started the Gita, who am I to talk about the Gita? There were a lot of rishis, a lot of scholars. Who am I to talk about it? So thank you. Even if I just get a small message of what uh, Lord Krishna wanted to share, I think that's a humbling experience already.
Definitely is. So the question that you are saying, who am I? So yesterday I was reading a book by Peter Dunov, and he was talking about, the I am. So the moment you say I am, you know, you are that part of, God or Jesus. And so anything that you do, if you do from that point of uh, reverence, from that point of gratitude, then you don't need to think, who are you? So I think you should just go and put it out, because so many of us would benefit from those teachings, and because they are done in such a simple way, they'll be really useful, Master Glenn.
Done. Done. We'll get it out. I wanted a subtitle. I wanted it different languages. Master Choa did say, if you want something perfect, it's not going to happen. You could modify it over time. You could change it over time, but get it out there.
Yeah. So probably now is the time.
Yes.
So Master, you are an avid traveler. I see you and Master Marillac traveling throughout the world. Um, I would just like to know, what is it that you enjoy during your travels? And I've seen you going to these amazing, places and doing meditations together and giving us goals for travel. So,
Um, Actually, uh, when we started Pranic healing, Master Choa said, we called him when he came here, you're a globe trotter. He travels throughout the whole world, every different city, different country, every week or every other week. He spread the teachings because I realized he's actually a new guru. In the olden time, our parents, before that, people in the United States will pack up their bags, leave their family, leave their work, and go to the Himalayas and look for a guru. The Master Choa said, when the student is ready, the teacher, there's an ancient teaching, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And Master Choa is a modern guru. He said, when the students are ready, I do not have a choice. I have to be there. So that's why rather than having people come to him, he'd rather him going to
mhm,
them. And that's where he spread pranic healing and arhatic yoga within 10, 20 years to almost 100 to 120 countries in the whole world. Uh, I'll tell you this, this is what I've heard. When Master Choa went to India, some of the organizers there said, Master Choa, you could stay in India for 3 to 5, for a couple of years, and we will give you 5 million followers. Master Choa, without even blinking, I can't do that. Then I was looking back because he was thinking of the world, bigger work that he has. So if you have to look at pranic healing and arhatic yoga, it's different structure-wise compared to other organizations. Look at the spiritual organizations in the world. They are in one place, controlled, centralized by one office. Pranic healing, when Master Choa left his physical body, it was decentralized. He picked the diamond in the rough in different parts of the world. And this diamond in the rough started to shine on their own and spread the teachings on their in their country, in their place. Like when Marilag and I traveled, this is a confession. Marilag and I traveled to Uruguay to teach. Uh, then after that, they showed us around in a nice place. It's called Punta del Este. Uh, it was a nice, like a resort type of thing. And they told me, he said, Master Glenn, can you do a meditation on Twin Hearts? I said, huh. I thought I was here to rest after the workshop. He said, how many people are coming? Maybe 10, 50. I was a little reluctant, something like pussyfooting on what I said, okay, fine, go ahead. There were 50 to 75 people who came. And when I saw them, I was so humbled. I turned around, I said, Master Choa, in this part of the world, your name, your work is here. And who am I to refuse when I am asked to do the work? And I healed. There were some people who were in a wheelchair, and it was so humbling, but it was so touching for me that in the furthest part of South America, of Uruguay, Pranic healing has been heard and strong. Very nice. So we traveled throughout the world with pranic healing.
Mm.
We were able to see the Himalayas because of pranic healing. We were able to see Australia, Bali, South America, Brazil because of pranic healing. Then later on, I told Marilag, I said, we go there for pranic healing and I have to go back because I have to work. It's not that I stay there and bask in the sun. I said, we went to uh, I was teaching in Cyprus. I arrived there on Friday, 4:30 in the afternoon, and my workshop is at 5:30. I stay 5:30, work until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and on Monday morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, I leave because I have to work. And I never saw Cyprus. I never. I'm just telling you, but I'm happy already because I've traveled.
Yeah. And may you continue to spread the teachings, Master Glenn. And, I know the two of you, Master Madalag and Master Glenn, you both make a beautiful couple and a beautiful family together. And, giving those kind of family goals, couple goals to all of us. So I'm like super grateful for your presence, in our lives this way. And may you continue to spread the love, spread the teachings throughout. Just this humble request, if you could do a short blessing for all the people who are listening this podcast, it would be a gift, to all of them after listening to you. That would be my humble request.
My pleasure. Okay, just put your hands like this. Just close your eyes, bow your heads with the blessings of the Supreme God, the Para Brahman, with the blessings of the great teachers, holy rishis, holy saints, holy gurus, holy masters, with the blessings of my spiritual teacher, to Master Choa Kok Sui and Mahaguju Meileng. May you be blessed with waves of love, waves of sweetness, waves of tenderness, inner peace and inner stillness and bliss. Ananda, divine bliss. Exhale fully. Inhale slowly with awareness. Absorb. Exhale. Share with your loved ones. Inhale slowly with awareness. Absorb. And exhale, share with the whole world. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you so much, Master Glenn. This is beautiful, and I'm sure people will be able to feel your energy through this blessing and also experience the teacher through you. So may the teaching spread, may the love and energy spread throughout the world. So thank you so much for this beautiful podcast, Master Glenn, uh, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.